Now my mic is unmuted. Hopefully you can hear me. Hopefully you can hear Justin as well. Can't unmute the guest because they chose to mute themselves. Is what it says. So
you're not coming through.
All right.
Got it, but no audio. I'm getting messages now.
Let's see here. The phone or YouTube tablet's working. Yes, no good. So I think we're good. Hey, Lucy, how does Justin sound? Justin, go ahead and say hello to Lucy and the audience there.
Hello, Lucy. Hello to everybody.
Hello, Reverend Billy Joe Farnsworth. So hopefully that's got it. I mean, YouTube has a new thing as well that's absolutely free that you can add a guest. So I played around with that yesterday, and she says perfect.
That's great.
So we do have working sound for you this week as well on the audio show. That means the audio show will be up after we get done. It will be streaming. It's been a hell of a week, my friend.
It has.
Everything that I was going to do, I was not able to do. And it was just, it was very busy. I did, so far, hopefully, was able to work the sound out. I don't know why the music wasn't coming through. Maybe it's where I have my mic muted. Maybe we need, when the music plays, just to sit back here and be really quiet.
It could be.
So
I think it's because I'm jinxed.
No, you are not jinxed.
Years of here to chew bubblegum.
We got Luke Fugit here. I'm trying to. Hey, Luke, Rosa, and Lucy, trying to set Lucy here as the moderator. Do you know how to do that, Justin?
No.
Are you sure? No, I can put her in timeout or ban and delete her. I don't want to do that.
There's a place to set rows, but you may have to do that before it starts.
Sure. Are you serious?
I'm not 100% sure.
I hope not, because Lucy got up just to be our moderator for us.
Moderate.
And if I can't set it, then that is
there is a place to add rows.
Okay, let's see here. I'm in the settings, so I'm either going to disconnect us or I'm going to make it work. Hopefully. I'll make it work.
Here to chew bubblegum. But while I'm thinking about it, we got a special gift from a good buddy of mine. My buddy JoJo sent this. This is Rowdy Piper's all out of bubblegum soda. A lot of people would look at this and go, well, Rowdy Piper's a pretty famous guy, and they've made his own drink. Actually, I think they made that for us.
He's a hell of a guy as well. I mean,
he's also dead, and we're still here, so I'm assuming they made that from where he is.
But you didn't have to say that.
I love Roddy Piper. But he can't benefit from this. We can, but thank you very much, JoJo.
Yes, JoJo, thank you. We're going to try that here in just a little bit.
He's a beautiful human being.
Lucy, I apologize.
Baby.
Justin was going to tell me how to work all this, but
Justin sucks at his job.
No, Justin does not suck at his job.
I promise you, we will get it set though. I never even thought about it until you just asked. And I was like, uh-oh.
Well, see, I don't even remember an option setting all this up.
There is one to assign rows to people.
But I have to in this one, start a new one. So, right?
I don't know. Possibly. Okay. It's possible.
Hey,
but once we set it once, it'll stay that way.
Lucy,
I think.
If you don't care, could you Google really quick how to set a moderator on StreamYard and just text me a screenshot? And while she's doing that, you mentioned the Rowdy Piper I love bubblegum. And again, thank you very much, JoJo. Do you want to go ahead and try this, or you want to wait? Because I'm going to keep one of these.
That's me. Yeah. Well, I told him, I said, we don't need all that many. And he was like, well, people say it's pretty rough. And he was like, I'm not going to try it. And I was like, well, we will.
Oh, yeah. Well, you want to go ahead and do that now?
Let's do it.
All right. Let's see. Do you twist these off? Or yes. Have to have an opener.
I don't know.
I don't have an opener. That's what she said. Let's see. Let me.
I think it'll come.
No, that's what exactly what she said. So,
well, being prepared.
You don't twist these. You have to open these with an opener. Do you have an opener?
No, but I may be able to get it.
Okay. Well, I don't want you to put your teeth on it. Wait. You're putting it between your legs. I'm not going to drink that.
Yeah, but it will open that way.
Oh my gosh.
Look at this. Look at like MacGyver. I'm
you
like
get
a
it?
less smart version of Luke Fugit.
For real, what are you opening that with?
Fingernail clips.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much, Lucy. Let's see here. If I can open the YouTube app. Okay. Yes, we are on YouTube. Open the YouTube app in the top right corner, tap search, and then enter the channel name to access the watch page. Select the live stream and enter live chat. Next to the username, tap settings and select add a managing moderator. Okay, so you got to do that from YouTube. So I can do that right now. So I can like turn my mic all the way down while Justin is struggling with this over here. So I go into the YouTube app. Let me see what I did again because my mom's texted me. I'm going to call Mother Goose here in just a minute and ask her what's so important that she's interrupting the show for.
She wants to know why in the hell we're not prepared for shows.
Let's see.
Today on here at Chew Bubblegum, we open a pop bottle.
I really thought that I had everything under control today.
Oh, it's off.
That's what she said. Oh, thank you very much.
Oh gosh.
Now you have to open one for you. Or you have to open one for me. That one's been under your nose. You can have that one.
I don't know. This could be rough. JoJo may be right.
No, dude, it's got Roddy Piper. It's it has to be good.
No, I think if Piper had had anything to do with it, I think he would have thought it was funnier if it tastes like crap. So
you think so?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's see here. So I am here.
But I don't think he was involved with it because it's pretty new and he's dead.
See, there you go. You keep saying that.
Rocket Pizza.
That's
it's come from Rocket Pizza.
You're not gonna have any fingernail clippers by the time that you
I've only got
how old
fingers.
Are you? Wait. How old are you?
Me, I was born in 82, so
Why?
I'm 41 this year.
Okay. Because I thought you was like 70 because you pack fingernail clippers around in your pocket with you.
Guitar. I pretend to play guitar a lot. So.
Okay, with the fingernail clipper.
Well, no, you gotta have short fingernails.
Okay. Well, but I've seen other guys that have long fingernails.
Yeah, Esteban, but I don't play flamenco.
I'm on a different account, so I'm not able to do this right now. So I have to log in to the Here to Chew Bubblegum. So
who would have thought that this would be that hard? Oh God, I did break.
Yeah, exactly. Lucy said, "Why are you sniffing it?" And that's the reason that I didn't want that one.
You gotta smell it before you drink it.
No, not at all,
Really?
my friend. Not at all.
Everybody did that.
No.
Boland taught me that. Sniff it before it goes in your mouth.
Well, you
he wasn't talking about pot, but still.
You and Boland can keep that all to yourself. So I'm
Billy
entering
Joe
the
said
live.
that Boland was with him today.
Aha, moderation. So here we go.
We do everything in moderation.
Yes, we do. Let's see what it says. It says learn more. So we're going to do that. Moderate live chat. Yes, I know how to do that because I had my producer email me that. So, okay. What the hell?
We're struggling so bad.
We're both struggling, brother. We're both struggling.
I'll be down another finger by the time
I think next week's show will get started without a hitch and go off perfect.
I don't.
You really don't think so?
No, I told you I'm bad.
No, you are not. Community moderation. So participant mode. Anyone? Message delay none. Community defaults. Let's see what that says.
Come on.
Boland is it? Well, never mind. I was reading the text. I don't know what the hell.
He's at church with Billy Joe.
Yes,
he
is.
I just seen it. Billy Joe. I mean, he's supposedly a man of God. I assume he won't.
So we'll let everybody send messages. No message delay.
Everybody that's on right now, that's on message.
They're probably having a great because we're also on Twitch and Facebook.
As well. Twitch and Facebook people.
So did you get it? Aha. There you go. So, but it looks like hell, this may be paused or something because this is
okay. Pop everywhere.
That's damn it. I think I may just let's see.
Give up.
No. I'm not going to give up. I may just send Lucy the information here and be like, hey, because I was supposed to do that earlier this week as well, and I was going to make her an email address, and I've not did that. I had every good intention to. Select live stream on the chat, username settings. All right, let me try this one more time. keep your fingers crossed. Keep your fingers crossed. Live. Okay. We're going to go to, let me pull this back up. And welcome to How to Work YouTube 101.
On today's tutorial.
Man, this is...
So if nothing else, at the end of this episode, you're going to know how to set a moderator on YouTube, how to open a bottle with a set of fingernail clips. So, I mean, we're doing the Lord's work.
Guess what? Guess what? She is now the managing moderator, not just a standard, but the managing moderator. There we go. I'm going to close that out because I'm going to end up getting confused big time.
Here at your Bubblegum, we strive for excellence.
Yes, we do.
We wake up in the morning and piss excellence. First thing.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Now, we had a lot of good feedback last week on the show.
All my friends are liars too.
I don't think that it was. What was that?
I said all my friends are liars too.
Okay. No, which one of these had the booger juice in it?
This is booger juice.
Okay, so that one's yours. Let's go ahead and try that before we move on. You ready? Yeah. I'm gonna smell it.
Okay. Now hold on. Why are you smelling it?
Well,
because you smell stuff before you put it in your mouth.
You had it between your legs. I didn't want to make sure it smelled like jizz or something. So.
It's got butt juice.
Okay. All right, here we go.
It's a bubblegum.
That's not bad.
It's not awful.
That's not bad. That is not bad at all.
I love the Roddy Piper because, like, what kind of Roddy? It don't even really look like Roddy. It does.
Well,
it's Roddy Piper's face, but if he was like if he was a cholo or something.
No, that's an older picture of him.
I'm gonna tell you, it's not awful. I don't like bubblegum flavors.
That's not bad at all.
Not awful. Thank you very much, JoJo. I love you very much.
Thank you, JoJo.
He always has the best.
I love you too, buddy. You know, I know you didn't say you love me, but I was just throwing it in there.
He's
as well.
a very loving person.
Jenny. Well, okay. So next week we will have return of the email. We're going to keep it at the front. And I want to read really quick. I'll just go ahead and read this while we're talking about email and stuff. I had a really good friend of the show, Luke Fugit, who will be on. He will actually be in the studio with us sometime very soon.
Ooh,
and I want to remind everyone to be sure to check out Scientific Fugacity. So with Luke Fugit.
It's really good. Like it
is.
The first episode got me excited. It's really bowling is raved and raved and raved and raved.
Well, I mean, and I even told Luke in this message, I mean, he explained it like, I mean, because he was talking about solar flares. And I know a lot about solar flares. But the way that he was describing it, I was picturing a movie inside my head. He done a great job. Now, this last week's episode was about, you know, wood burning engines and cars and stuff.
Dude,
I have no clue how that works, but he described it again so well. Yes, I mean, yes, he does.
Like that's the thing. Not only is he going to get on there and explain to you how this works, it's proof and concept because the dude's got one. You know what I mean? Like I don't have one because I can't build one, and I really don't understand how it works, but he does, and we need those people in the world.
Oh, let's see here. So Luke did message this past Tuesday, and he said, love the show. You guys are good together. When you all started playing with the voice changer, I was cracking up. LOL. I like the emails at the start of the show. Now, this is where I got a really good idea. Well, I didn't get it. Luke actually came up with the idea. He said, are you going to do a Believe It or Not segment? Now, for those of you that don't know, Justin came up with a brilliant idea. How many years ago?
I don't know if I get credit for this when you came up with everything.
No, because you were wanting to do something. I just came up with a name.
I just wanted an excuse to hang out with you.
You know,
I guess it's been, is it 2 years at this point? A year or two?
Probably almost. Well, it's going on 2 years.
Probably. Yeah.
And we did about 8 episodes. And then Justin wouldn't do any more with me after that. And these all aired. These all aired on local radio when we were on local radio.
And
when we talked about different stuff, you
Talk
know,
Junkie. I ran them on Talk Junkie.
Yes, you did. And I have ran some on, you know, here at Bubblegum 1.0. So that would be something I would be open to play on 2.0 as well.
I think it would be a great idea, you know, especially, you know, just a bonus thing here or there because they're short episodes. Yeah. But I talk about it all the time because it's one of my favorite things that I've done.
Well, I got a lot of feedback from that.
And that's why he didn't do very many.
No.
Drop that guy.
You wouldn't come over anymore. Man, I can't. I'm busy.
He's weighing you down. Guys,
I'm a busy. We did an episode on Eric C. Collin.
That was pretty good. Manson. We did Manson.
Yep, we did Manson.
The blue people.
Yeah. The Blue Fugates of Troublesome Creek.
Fugates. No relation to Luke Fugate.
No.
He's actually green. He's a green Fugate.
Okay. Let's see. I can't remember what the other 4 was. I know in one of them I talked about a nudie poster when I was a teenager. I had hung
that
on the
one
back of my door.
We just went all retro on that one. I think.
Yes. That's where you got the idea for retro cult at, wasn't it?
Yeah. No, I've done it before that.
And
I got the idea from retro cult
because
you were so old. And I was like,
yeah, you have these friends come up with these great ideas, but and great shows, but
there's JoJo.
They don't ask you to come on their shows. So
look, if you're talking about
Welcome,
retro
JoJo.
cult, I couldn't help it. That was the Spooky Family before Elliot went on Hollywood and got too cool to hang out with anybody. They were permanently booked, I think. I don't know if I had an episode without them, but now Bagel Bites is kicking up. And
I'm just going to tell you flat out, I like Elliot. I talk to Elliot often, but his manager Bobby is the biggest a-hole ever was.
Yeah, Bobby's come between me and Elliot a lot. Like,
he tried to me. He tried to me, and I told him plain as day, get your damn hands off of me. And
yeah, he's been pretty abusive to me. I'm not gonna lie. I try to be friends with him, but there's no access to the Spooky Family. You're completely held at bay, and it's other than Bagel Bites. Bagel Bites talks to me all the time.
Oh yeah, he does me too. Going back to Luke's text, just finish it up really quick. He says, I'm really looking forward to seeing where the show goes now. I know it will be great. Thanks for the shout out, by the way. I appreciate it. And that's from our friend Luke Fugate, who will be on very soon. And we're going to have a sometime in August, I guess, a round table. And we'll have, I don't know what the subject will be, but it will probably be I really want to do one on violence in public school systems and stuff that's went on.
That'd be a good idea.
Because we can cross that one over with static and noise.
Yeah.
And, we can do that.
Well, I've been thinking about it. Like I was telling you earlier, I've watched so many of these documentaries lately, like how the court system is a joke. Like, that wouldn't be a bad idea to do, something on that as well. That's another thing that could. Now, are you opposed to doing square tables instead of round?
It depends on who is there and who I have to sit beside of.
Okay. Because I just wonder, because we're always doing round.
Now,
tables.
if Elliot's manager Bobby's going to be there, no, we're not doing that.
I don't want to be in the same room with that guy.
You can count me out of that.
Yeah.
So JoJo says, still ain't got a copy. Are you talking about my movie or Justin's movie?
Well, mine's not done yet. So I can't get Goose to work on it. He's busy.
Okay. I know what you're talking about.
The one that you all made with the casting couch. I remember.
No. That's not what he's talking
about.
The Step Bro
one? Oh.
No. How did you know about that?
It's growing on me. I'll tell you.
I will send a link to that. And I know the one that he's talking about.
I do too. It's the one with the black couch. And JoJo goes, help Goose, I'm stuck. And Goose goes, I can get you out. Get you off first.
Let's see. Let me ask you guys a question. Hopefully, can you guys hear this song right here? Well,
I can't hear it.
Okay.
I don't hear it.
All right.
It's not playing.
All right. What? Well, hey, it's not playing because I got my volume turned down.
It's okay.
Hey, Baxter, welcome. Well, I'm sure you can because it's going through my phone. Why did that not connect? Oh man, this is.
It's been one of them
swear
days.
We've done this before. He's been doing it for
I've
years.
never done.
So he's been doing it.
What
for
happens
years.
when you've got good equipment? I'm using that ghetto stuff at the house now.
Dude, I need to go back to the get. All right, here we go. All right, let's play this song one more time. Let's see here. Let's go back and play the beginning of it. Well, maybe not. Okay. All right, here we go. Let's see. Just to see if you guys can hear it.
finally opened and it's time for the show. And I'm just
If you can hear it, put a thumbs up in the comments section.
We will conquer all the oceans you can name.
Smooth sailing, baby.
Playing good on this thing.
Thank you.
I ain't taking nothing.
Anything.
Yeah, I ain't taking nothing.
So, no thumbs up.
Nobody can hear.
We have bored everybody's death.
No. I see one. Yeah.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right. Good. All right. Now, I just wanted to check that out.
We're probably on
because-
delay with Facebook, I'm assuming.
We are in a delay. I did not think about that. Okay. So here we go.
We're
We're
in the
going
future.
to give Mother Goose a call.
To an automatic voice message.
Well, maybe we're not. She's not answering the phone.
I'm not getting involved with this train wreck this morning.
Oh,
Can you
let's see.
block the number? You think she'll answer if you block?
No, she wouldn't answer.
Let me act like I'm a doctor.
Corporate to an automatic.
Oh,
Let me call her home number really quick. Damn it. Oh, let me try this one.
I act like you lost your cell phone.
She's not going to believe you.
I got enough.
She's not going to believe you.
Let's try. We
All right. Okay. Again, we're calling Mother Goose.
Yo,
Hey Jack, how's it going?
doing pretty good.
Oh, is Mom around this morning?
Oh, just a minute.
All right. And JoJo says she's working at Cheetah's. Yes, she is. She got off at 6 o'clock this morning.
Let me get. I wonder if he's going to tell her.
Hello.
Hello.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's David.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hello, ma'am. My name is Phyllis. I'm here with David, your son. I have your application to work at our club, and what I need right now is some of the information, the final information for your 401k and your health insurance. David is taking care of most of that, and I need to know vaccine-wise what you've had and stuff, and STDs. Have you ever had any STDs? Is there anything I need to list? The Spearmint Rhino is a completely clean, non-touching club, and we are very, very involved in the safety and health of those that work here, and we're happy to have you in the family. I just need a little bit of information from you.
Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay.
Now David has your date of birth listed as 1942. Is that correct?
Yes.
It is correct. Okay, and he says that you have. I can't do that.
That was good. Hey, Mom. That was Justin. Justin, Mom.
Hello, Mom.
We have people on we're actually live right now on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. You probably don't know what that is, so that is a good
No,
thing.
don't.
We have a lot of people saying hello to you this morning, and
Hello, everyone.
we had one guy asked how the job at the Cheetah Club is going.
Wonderful.
And somebody just posted, "This is why mothers in the wild eat their young."
That's very,
That's
very, very true. Yeah.
No, we were trying to get everything ready. We thought we had everything ready before we started, but we actually had to get it ready while we were doing the show. And I was on my phone and you messaged, and I thought, well, and I said, Justin, my mom's messaging right in the middle of this. I'm like, does she not know we're doing stuff?
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, please don't be sorry. I love it when you message me. Lucy says Mama Goose is awesome. So how's your rotted tooth that you had took out? Did you swallow it anymore?
No, I didn't.
It
swallow
actually
that
wasn't
one.
rotten. Okay. Yes. Is there anything new going on?
Yes,
What?
there is.
Okay. You want to tell us about it?
Oh, yes. I'm constipated.
Well, that is.
Well, look, I go through that a lot.
Oh my gosh.
I'd start with prune juice, but enemas are not out of the question. I'd start with prune juice.
Oh, honey, I've drank prune juice don't help me, and an enema don't help me.
Well, that is.
Well, now if you
I could bring a big stick over there and hit you on that top of the head with it. Can we do that?
It won't relieve the constipation, but you'll never think about the constipation again. You'll be worried about your head. If you drink enough and pass out in the wrong alley,
she drinks a lot of whiskey.
You'll be clean.
She drinks a lot of whiskey.
I don't drink enough water.
And she snorts a lot of cocaine as well.
What now? See right there, that will constipate you. And I don't. A lot of people don't look at that end of it. I mean, yes, fun at the time, but it will constipate you.
So you know what? I feel like that David has this to happen to him when he gets a little bit older.
No.
He's been constipated all week. Yeah, he is full of crap.
We have a friend of the show that made a recommendation for you. Justin, you want to go ahead and read that recommendation? No,
I'm not reading that to Mother Goose.
Come on here, big guy.
I'm not reading that to Mother Goose.
Grow some balls. Read that.
I'm not reading that to Mother Goose. I love Mother Goose. I'm not reading that to Mother Goose. He's right. It will work, but I'm not reading it. Yeah. Thank you, JoJo. He's got a heart of gold. I love him.
But we just wanted to call, and I wanted to see how you were doing this morning.
Well, I told you.
Well, and I hope everything comes out in the end okay.
Did you know they named a pop after us?
Do what?
They named a pop after us. We have our own pop now. It's called Rowdy Roddy Piper's All Out of Bubblegum soda.
Well,
I just got a picture of David on
a name.
Yeah. Thanks, Baxter.
And I might suggest another name for it.
Okay, that'd be. Hey, we can go through Jones Cola and have our own made. So whatever Mama Goose comes up with,
really
if it's
do
good.
that?
Used to be able to send your own picture in anyway, but there's other places that'll do
you
it.
can buy like special. Yeah, okay.
Let's do like a photo shoot, me and you and Mama Goose, and send it in. Have our own.
We can do that.
I like
we can do that.
Goose's milk, something like that.
What do you think about that name?
It's motherly.
Well, what about Goosey's nut juice?
Oh, yeah, I could see that. We do a whole series.
Oh,
I got one. David's
yeah, thanks, Mom.
Crazy. David's crazy.
All right, thanks again, Mom. Goose is my name.
We're in witness protection.
Oh my! So everybody knows who you are.
She
now.
give you that name.
No, they do not. So
no, there's tons of Davids out there.
Yes, that's exactly right.
You did not say David Smith. They'll have no deal who he is.
Do I need to say?
No. Do not say the last name.
No.
Okay.
Racine, you know better than that.
But I'll be thinking of a name.
Goose is his name. Now leave him alone, or I will give you a triple enema. How would you like that?
Hey, you all get funny.
You get funny.
Justin, why did you do that? That is my mother. Why did you push that button?
That was Billy Ray.
And talk to my mother that way.
Your son's a bad influence on me.
Sorry, Mom. I told him,
good young man.
I told him before we called you not to touch that button, that you did not like that button, and he had to go ahead and touch it anyway.
I put my fingers and stuff. I can't help it.
I hear a thing that said.
What? Yeah, right.
I did.
Right.
I'm on.
Okay. We can do it again.
Who can hear that?
You heard that.
I did not.
It scares me.
Can you hear this? Did you hear that?
Yeah, I heard that. There was talking or something after that, and I didn't hear it.
Yeah, that was God. God stepped in.
Now, David, me and you are going to.
I told Justin not to do that, but he did it anyway.
David, stop it.
Goose, man, Goose. Mom, I'm going to hang up here now because we're 31 minutes into the show and we've not done anything that is on the schedule.
Be a good idea.
Why?
That's a great
Why
idea.
you don't like talking to us this morning?
I love talking to you, Robert.
We love talking to you too.
Everyone is cracking up. You know, you're hilarious. We need to make Mother Goose a cheetah soda. I agree with that.
That would be awesome.
That is a good.
Baxter says start picking your switch.
Mama Goose's spearmint rhino soda. That would be awesome.
We could. Well, I've got a better
They
name.
got the peppermint. I love
Since
peppermint.
she said my real first name, I think a good name for soda would be Racine's Rectum Cola. What do you think about that?
Well,
Full of
that
Miralax.
might work. That might work.
Oh, you have a good morning, Mom. I hope you get feeling better. I'll call you after the show. I love you.
I love you too.
Thank you so
David.
much for talking to us.
Asshole.
You're welcome.
See you.
See you. Bye.
Oh, and that was Mother Goose. Man, she was coming up. I really did not expect her to be like,
ready to go this
I'm
morning.
constipated. I did not expect her to
She's
say that.
Pulling
at all.
no more punches.
Yeah, she I love embarrassing her. I mean, it is so much
I'm
fun.
afraid you're getting to the point that it's not going to work. She's getting to the point
Oh
she don't
no,
care.
no, I guarantee where she messaged me. Let's see, like listen. By the time that we called her, there was about less than 20 minutes that had gone. She's not had her coffee yet. She's hateful. She's hateful like that when she's not had her coffee.
Well,
I guarantee it. And yes, she definitely is going to whip my ass, Baxter.
she turned the phone off. She thought that would prevent today. But
Well, yeah. We called her at home, and I was not expecting Jack to answer the phone. For those of you that just listened to the show in the past, that is the one that that's my stepdad. There was a certain incident with a fence and me going to jump over it and him grabbing my leg, me crushing the fence, and him laughing at me. That happened last fall, last summer. So, she. I've never told her that story. So, we're going to let's see. I guess talk about some news headlines. You want to go ahead and jump ahead and do that? So, now. What do you guys think of the news? Do you like the news? Justin's a huge fan of the news. I mean, and I'm going to be honest. The times that I've had to do the news, I've hated it. So I may just let Justin do the news. We
can pick one.
Here you go, buddy. I'm going on the bathroom and lunch break.
I've told you now, trying to get me on a schedule and me not mess it all up. That's hard.
Well, dude. This is more or less just a layout. I mean, this is to help me kind of like edit. The show. So
let's see. Aging. Could a moderate protein diet be the key to youth?
What do you think? Do you think it could?
Probably, because I look really old and I eat way too much protein.
Okay.
So
now, did you actually read the article?
Not yet. No,
okay.
We're reading headlines.
Okay. All right. Well, I actually read the article. And I think that story is 100% correct. And I'll tell you why when we get down to it. Just keep in mind, the reason that I think it's correct is because the last time my cholesterol was checked, and I need it checked again, they gave me the nickname Captain Cholesterol because it was over 600.
Jesus.
So, and I eat a lot of protein as well. Let's see. Ring employee camera peeping shows the terrifying downside of home security tech. Do you have a Ring doorbell camera?
No, but I have very seriously thought about it. And I think it would be a good idea. The thing points out, so I don't know.
There's so many things I could say about that, but I'm not going to. I don't have a Ring. We have a bunch of Blink. The Blink cameras are actually pretty good.
Well, now we've got cameras outside, but now I've never done the Ring. But now my son, like, it's become so popular. Like, my son will be like, "Hey, you want a Ring? I want a Ring camera. We should get one," because he sees the funny videos online.
Oh yes, JoJo. Last time I went to the no-handed proctologist, we went more than the tip. So,
moon crash site found. NASA orbiter spots grave of private Japanese lander.
I had never heard about that. Had you heard that?
No.
Japanese were sending private things to the moon?
No.
I had not heard about that. And finally, the crowd at the unveiling of Apple's Vision Pro headset let out a collective groan, or ever how you want to do it, when they found out how much the new Apple Pro headset is going to cost, and it's wildly expensive. But it is, some of the reviews I've read, man, it is like, they say it's going to change everything. I may have one in about 3 years when the price on it goes down.
It's going to change everything because it's going to be our access to the simulation. So I think it's going to make a big difference.
All right, now, you actually are the one that made me aware of the simulation theory.
Mm-hmm.
So, what do you think? I mean, in all seriousness, if Apple comes out with this, do you think, and be totally serious, do you think that would, if that existed, people would be able to see or whatever?
Well, no, I don't think if you're in it, you can know that you're in it. You know what I mean? But if I sit and you know, I'm the skeptic math guy. Okay, if math can prove it, then I believe it. Well, mathematically, if we're in a simulation, we wouldn't know it, and mathematically, we are more likely to be in a simulation than we're not. So, like, it wouldn't matter how many clues they were, and it wouldn't matter. But see, we have to get to that point. So maybe the simulation is life up to the point of simulation. They keep re-simulating. Like I said, maybe we're just data collection. You know, maybe that's why life's so mundane. They need to know how much protein you eat to become Captain Cholesterol. You know, like, and so they just keep doing this, and that's why we're running this. I
will tell you, it's been a couple of years, but I will tell you when I've not had. I mean, I get my cholesterol checked once a year. When I was nicknamed Captain Cholesterol is when, and I don't eat a lot of fast food, but for some reason, I love these when they came out, and I have no idea why, because they're unhealthy. But do you remember when McDonald's, like, I guess a year or so ago, they had it was a Big Mac, but it was like an extra large Big Mac. I mean, it was like the size of a Whopper. You know, I mean, you know, because if I'm going to get a burger, I'm going to go to Burger King if I have to eat fast food. And I ate about a month before I knew I was going to have blood work done. I ate probably 3 to 4 of those every week. and that is what gave me the name Captain Cholesterol. So,
well, I used to have a bad fast food diet. So, that Bobby guy's here.
Well, you were talking, I saw that, but I'm not going to
jalapeno cheddar biscuit from Whataburger. Listen, I've never had a Whataburger.
Whataburger's good.
I want a Whataburger.
Whataburger's good.
Really bad. What's it? Jack in the Box and Whataburger. I mean, I've Jack in the Box, but I've never had Jack in the Box. I've never had the restaurant. I've never had Jack in the Box, and I've never had Whataburger. I'd like to have
Goose
those two.
Heard that.
Has she had Jack in the Box?
No, I just wish you'd heard that comment. I'm sure. Oh, I'm going to play it for her.
I may have misspoke. I've never had Jack in the Box.
But then you said you Jacked in a box.
How do you know that?
That's what you just said.
Freudian slip.
No.
I'm bad. Jalapeno cheddar. I don't do hot, spicy stuff. So, yeah.
Hey, Purple Princess. Hope you're doing great this morning, sweetie. Thanks for joining us. We have the sound worked out this week, so
yay to us. Everybody was fine with hearing Goose, but now they can hear me.
Burger King's.
What's that?
Would it be okay? Burger King's chicken spicy sandwich. I've never ate that one. I've had I love their chicken sandwich.
He don't even let Elliot get in the chat.
No,
I mean,
I told you Bobby's an a-hole.
I'm Elliot's manager. He goes where I say he's gonna go. Gertie, well, I'll tell you who he don't control. He don't control Bagel Bites. I talk to Bagel Bites all the time.
If you had to, or if you had to eat fast food, like, where would your go-to place be, and what would your go-to item be if you were eating kind of healthy?
If I was eating healthy,
mm-hmm. Subway's off the menu. You cannot choose.
Like, it's not healthy.
You cannot choose a sandwich shop.
God, healthy. I don't know. I'm not that good with healthy foods. If I'm eating fast food, I'm not eating healthy. If I'm fast food, I'm going burger. But
and this is just my opinion. All I know is I won't be eating at Texas Roadhouse anytime soon. I guess that's a shot at you, because I've never had dinner with Bobby.
I know. I've never had dinner with
So-
Bobby either, and I don't own a Texas Roadhouse. So it's probably just a shot at it. But look, me and that I take it by know what it is. Me and Elliot went out to eat at Texas Roadhouse, and Elliot's like, "I'd like to bring my manager Bobby along," and I was like, "Okay, we can bring him." Dude's a douche. You can't deal with him. He's so hard to get along with. He's very, very upsetting to be around during a meal. So that's probably the issue. Triple
It could
Big
be.
Bacon Classic from Wendy's.
Now-
that sounds healthy to
Well,
me.
okay.
The BBC.
Now he's at, and this is just my opinion. And believe it or not, I mean, I know you can't tell by looking at me, but once upon a time, I used to be in really good physical shape. And I know, and I've maintained a lot of, knowledge and stuff, but he's at the right restaurant. The most, to me, again, and this is the most healthiest. Now, if you look this up online, they're going to say I'm wrong. They're going to say it's Taco Bell, but no, it's not. It is a large Wendy's chili with just nothing in it and crackers.
I could see that.
That is like your healthiest thing that you can get if you're on the go.
Don't say that. Anybody can eat Wendy's chili. I don't care what color you are.
What did I just say?
You said Wendy's chili is for crackers.
No, I said with crackers.
Oh, well, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Bolin got
Okay.
excited over BBC. Listen, me and JoJo's knocked down a many of BBCs together.
I don't
That Big
think
Bacon
that's-
Classic is good.
Okay.
It is. Big Bacon Classic
Yes.
is great. I like, what was the other one? That might be it. Well, the only thing comes on is mayonnaise and ketchup. I always thought there was a weird mix, but Baconator. No, it's a Baconator. Baconator.
I don't like those. Those aren't that good.
Well,
I don't-
I like a BBC better than like a Baconator, but
Well, hey.
a Big Bacon Classic is you can get a BBC at Racks too. There's one Racks left in Kentucky.
It's in Harlan,
yeah.
Kentucky.
We used to go to jujitsu seminars over there, and we'd go eat. And they got something bacon, beef and something cheddar.
Beef bacon cheddar.
Yeah, BBC. You can get a BBC there. You can get a BBC almost anywhere.
Now, if for those of you that remember racks, there's like maybe, I don't remember how many's in the United States, but after the one at Harlan, the closest one's in Ohio. But the one in Harlan, it's been a few years, but I've ate there a lot. So, moving on. Segment 1. 44 minutes. We're starting segment 1. We're doing good. And you were wondering weeks ago about, I don't know if we can talk enough and fill an hour and 15 or, how long is an hour and 15 minutes? So, I'm like, no,
It's
man,
more
we
than
will
an
be
hour.
fine. Trust me. We will be fine. Let's see.
How's Bolin messaging from church with? Let's see. Hold on, we're doing news, aren't we?
Yeah, no, we're done with the news headlines.
Dumb and
We're
news.
moving on to. I was trying to figure out what Baxter said there, TYVM, because I know what that means and I can't think.
Thank you very much.
Yes, it is.
I got a
That is
24-year-old
what it
daughter.
means. Sorry.
I know all these
Okay.
things.
75 minutes. Okay, so and you were worried about trying to fill 75 minutes. I'm like, dude, we'll have no problem. Trust
I've
me.
been filled for
So.
75 minutes. I can tell you. That's how JoJo knew how long that was.
Well, thank you, Bobby, for putting your answer in. Nobody really asked you. So, but I guess
can
that
we get
sounded
Elliot?
rude, didn't it?
Well, I mean,
I guess that's
look,
rude.
I tried to get along with the guy. He cuts off our access to the spooky family,
Mm-hmm.
knowing that I heard, well, there's rumors going around, big rumors with, I can't say it.
Yeah.
Sounds of bagel bites.
So,
Bagel bites.
Have you been paying attention to the news and everything going on about UFOs?
Yes, especially in our own hometown.
Yes.
Well, not our hometown or your hometown,
well,
but people
you
really
actually-
close to our hometown.
Actually, well, I was
I mean, it's in the same sky. Like I could see it.
I was
going to
say that. But UFOs have been in the news again recently, like for the last several weeks. And we actually had I had these pulled up last week, but we didn't get a chance to show them.
Well, now,
But
hold
I'm
on.
going to
Is it
show-
the ones I sent you? Oh no, this is
No,
yeah.
this is from Facebook. And this is in Whitesburg, Kentucky. And
And again, like I know this is audio. If you're listening, if
I
you
kinda like
are
the
on
way that's
YouTube, you
set
can
up.
see
Look at
these.
that. I
I
can
like
even
it.
move that around so I can cut your face out. But if you look right here, and why did that do that for?
Because you flipped us.
Oh, son of a bitch. But if you look, is that okay?
And again, you can see
Like
these on
right
YouTube.
here, yeah, there is. You can see an object. So we're going to go to that object really quick. I don't like that. How do I
It
flip this
weirds
back?
me out too. I don't know. I don't like it. Go to the other side. You're on my side.
How did I do that?
I don't know. Hit the little button down there and make it.
What? No, that's just gonna see. Now I've
Oh
got my
God!
voice
What
recorder.
did you do?
So I've got my voice recorder. So going, I can't see the app.
Hit escape.
So
you scared the crap out of me right there.
there
All right,
you
this
go.
is the way it's gonna last the rest of the show. But
This
that
is
little speck.
This is the way it's going to be the rest of the shows that we do.
The little blip you could see.
I kind of like that better.
It's nice, but you're on my side.
And our producer has a really good idea. If you leave it flipped, it looks like you're actually looking at each other. So I actually like that.
Ah, that's true.
So
it does.
I
like
did that
it.
on purpose. I knew it would look that way.
Let's look at each other.
But,
Let's look at each other. Look straight at each other. Come on, dude. Okay.
All right.
We're easily amused.
But let's see. Going back to some more pictures here. That was the far away one. And here is a kind of a closer one. And you can see something right there. Okay. Now,
And it's a good picture. Like you can find it on Facebook too. Like it's a good picture. It's well defined.
now this is a close up.
That one's upside down.
It is not. It's not upside down. That's
We don't know
exactly
that.
how it
Maybe they
was.
fly upside down.
Okay. Give me 1 second, Lucy. But everyone take a good look at that right now. Justin, you take a good look at it.
I'm staring at it.
And all right, Lucy, you want to just look at each other again really quick.
Let's look at no, what's wrong right there?
So
See, I'm off to the side. I gotta look further.
I think it may have been what she meant. So she's taking screenshots. So she's good. So thank you very much, Lucy. But those pictures that I just shown there, hopefully you guys saw those. What do you think, Justin? Because me and you talked about
Well, they're very well defined, like they are, and I mean it's look, if you get on Facebook and find those, like I said, that's from Whitesburg, Kentucky.
Yeah.
That's where that's from. That is, we say local. It's a pretty good little piece from here, but still, it's from Whitesburg, Kentucky. Like, they're really well defined. They are. Now, you said that you thought possibility of it being a what's it called?
a drone.
A drone. And that's kind of what I'm leaning towards too, just because there's nothing there for proportion. If there was something for proportion, then possibly. Now, before I went, I've been on vacation for a week, and then we had an issue with my son while on vacation. So I got behind on. I should have sent them to you. I looked up. Somebody said forestry had some that looked real similar to that, which is really screwed up for forestry to do that. But I don't know. I never could find them. I never could find any that look like that forestry owned. But I'm like you. It is very well possible it is. But if you want to see a classic looking UFO, just as classic as can be, because there's a video up there too.
Yeah.
Like, so it's not Photoshop, because he's got a video. I guess you could Photoshop, but it doesn't look Photoshopped at all.
No, it does not.
Really, all it needed was something for size comparison.
I got really excited when I first saw it, and I screenshotted the pictures. I opened them up in an app where I could blow it up and look at it. And, even though I blew it up, it would get, the, what do you call it? The
Pixelation.
yes,
Yeah.
would get worse. But, when I got about that last one I shown, when I got about I guess halfway, I'm like, this is a drone. There's no way this is a drone. And, and it may not be. But here's the thing. They've got drones on Halloween. I've seen them that looks like witches flying on brooms and stuff. So, have you saw videos of those?
Yeah, I thought that was real.
No, it's
No,
not real.
I have. I've even seen Snoopy. You seen Snoopy on the doghouse? That's my favorite
have
one.
not saw
They've
that
got
one.
Snoopy like the Red Baron on the doghouse. I love that one.
Pastor says, wonder if they're friends with Sasquatch. They could definitely be friends with Sasquatch.
In that area, definitely.
But there's no. What would the closest military base to there be? Would it be somewhere in Virginia? Probably.
Probably in like nothing super close. You know what I mean? Like that's going to have that type of stuff. Like, so, which, you know, something like that, if it is military, it could fly, you know, really quick anywhere it needed to go. But it's an odd place to see it. But if you look at the post on Facebook, he also was not the only person to see it. I guarantee there's other pictures of it out there.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know. I think, you know, I don't know this person at all, the one that we looked at,
Right.
you know, but it just feels to me like you might have been able to get some perspective if you were there to see if it was a drone. And they didn't mention anything to say that it looked that small. But that's the first thing I thought when I seen it. Then when you said that, I was like, okay, that makes me feel better about it. Because that, you know, obviously I'm pretty skeptical on it. But it is the textbook UFO. Like,
Right.
you know, we have this idea of what a UFO looks like from these movies in the 50s and 60s and stuff, and this old kind of retro vintage 50s looking UFO, and it seems absurd that a UFO would look like that. But then a lot of the really good pictures you see, that's how they look, you know, and it makes you wonder, like, maybe the description was that good. You know what I mean?
And that's very possible. It could have been that way. I thought it looked like similar to the Star Trek Enterprise from one of the movies, with just the bottom part.
Yeah,
but you can't get close to it. Now you were talking about size wise, it, you know, may not have been big enough.
Well, that's what she told me. But I mean, you know, we've got a kid. I don't get it.
Let me lay this one out there for you. What if it was an alien drone or some type of, you know, something that was doing surveillance and collecting information? And Lucy, you are not a witch. I just saw that. But, you know, what would you, now Bobby, his buddy Dana, says it's a blimp. What do you think about a drone-driven meth lab?
That's in that area again, very possible.
But, you know, what do you think the possibilities would be on an out of this world drone or something similar to that?
There's a big caveat there.
Okay.
Ask me that question 5 years ago, and I go, no, it's a drone or it's something we got. Ask me that question after what's happened in the last year, and I go, it's just as possible to me that it is an alien drone as it is one of our drones. Like, that's just as possible to me at this point. But I really believe if they're coming down, two things. One, the easiest way, if maybe they can't traverse it as well physically, is to send drones. So drones are likely. Secondly, after what has happened with Roswell, and in the case you were talking about in Brazil, that we were wanting to get into at some point, you know, with situation, and then what's happened here in Las Vegas, you know, that, maybe it's safer to send drones as often as possible. So if you told me it was an alien drone, like, to me, that doesn't sound crazy. That sounded crazy to me 5 years ago, but you know, I've known you guys and listened to a lot of stuff that you've turned me on to, and then what the government itself has said in the last couple of years. I see it very possible that it is a drone. Okay.
Now and you mentioned, you know, the last couple of years, your kind of outlook has changed. We're getting ready to take a dive here down the rabbit hole. Okay. And you mentioned the Las Vegas thing. I had a video of that. It is not in my computer now. If anyone wants to watch that, go to Google or YouTube and just search Las Vegas UFO. Now, that actually happened. What was it, the end of April, 1st of May, right?
I don't know. I didn't hear about it.
And it was just now coming out. Okay. Well, I mean, the news was just now coming out. And from what I was told, the officers, because actually the family called, the police officers show up. There's body cam footage of them interacting with the family before they go check out where they said it was at. Now, footage that I saw, the body cam footage was redacted. It just cut off right there at the backyard.
Well, it wouldn't comply. They needed, I think.
No, but I mean, you know, number one, just keep that in mind, that from the time that them entering the backyard, it was cut off, and then it picked back up on the one that I saw with them talking to the family again. And why did it take so long for this to just come out? All right. Because the kid that posted on TikTok talking about this, and I think he showed body cam footage, or there's body cam footage mixed in with it. Why did they wait so long? Why did this citizen wait so long to put this out? Number one. Number two, why was the body cam footage totally not there when they entered the backyard? Okay. Well, I got on my notes here. It actually happened overnight on April 30th / May 1st. And the kid did not give his name. He says that I looked into the eyes and my body just froze like having sleep paralysis. A witness who did not give his name said in a YouTube video he had a weird looking face, big feet, and shiny eyes, and a big mouth.
Well, I wouldn't give my name either. I mean, if people's going to make fun of you, I mean, if you're that rough looking,
but you know,
that was an alien.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. But those are just some things. I mean, this has come out after this other stuff came out, you know, after the whistleblower came forward and what he said. And, you know, it just goes on and on and on. I mean, the last couple of weeks, you've had the NASA thing saying, you know, if there were, you know, objects they couldn't explain, you know, and you had NASA saying that.
Well, that's again, that's what changes a lot of how I look at, like, to me, you know, you do have to worry about, okay, when the government starts telling you something, like, you know, it really hurts its legitimacy more. But you've got a lot of people who are ex-government and people who are ex-military, law enforcement officials, like a lot of people who they don't have anything to gain from it. If anything, even with as much as the zeitgeist has changed around UFOs and stuff, it still can be damaging to them.
Right.
So, you know, to me, these stories do give it a validity that it used to not have. You know what I mean? Like, if just me being me, as much as I was intrigued by this stuff, if I had heard this same statement 4 or 5 years ago, I'd have been like, all right, dude's methed out and there's like a 7-foot prostitute walking through Las Vegas somewhere. And I'd have been, you know, but I've not seen the video yet. That's one thing. All I've heard is the audio. And the reason that was, we were in Tennessee when we were on vacation, and the audio was, I had my thing open, phone open, and it I had that open too, and it popped up on the Bluetooth on the vehicle. So I heard the audio, the guy's voice, because is that the 911 call? They're playing?
Are you talking about like the young kid? Yeah.
Like, there was some weirdness in that, in his demeanor during that call. So I would like to look into it more. I'd like to look at it a little deeper. But it's very intriguing, the timing of it, like you said, and then if there is body cam footage. Okay. You know.
Well, JoJo had a good comment. He says USA was one of the only countries who denied the possibility of UFOs for a long time. And he's 100% correct on that.
Yeah.
You know, and I still think that the reason they changed and took UFO off the table and put UAP out, UAP is so they can come back and say UFOs don't exist, you know, because they've said it for so long. UFOs don't exist. UAPs do exist, even though it's the same damn thing. It would, you know, if you're telling a lie about how big your fish is, and if you switch it up some way to whatever, you know, fish story would make sense or be equal, then you don't look like you're lying, even though you are, even though you have been. But just search Las Vegas UFO police body cam, and you can find that. Now, also, this past week, or this week, we had a whistleblower come forward. Have you heard about this?
Yes.
Okay. Bobby says, wow, Justin, what a way to tell me you never check videos I've seen you.
That's probably where I got the video from. See, I was listening I was trying to watch the video. My wife was probably yelling at me. We had to pull out and leave. And so when I started the vehicle, your video popped up. And that's why I didn't
I think next week we may just give Bobby a call and get him on the phone. Or we'll drop him a link and just have him.
Yeah, Bobby.
We'll just have you and him have a good debate, and I'll be the moderator. And, you know.
I'll kiss him right in the mouth.
But there was a whistleblower that has came forward. Now, some of the stuff that he's saying has, you know, he has a lot of credibility himself as far as his reputation and stuff goes. Thank you very much, Lucy. Lucy's got the link in the comments there. Just be sure to check that out. But this guy has some credibility, and some of the stuff that he's saying makes a lot of sense. And, you know, I've got the article printed off. I'm not going to read the entire thing. I am going to go through it really quick. Well, not really quick, but I'm going to go through it and mention some things. And I think it was this one that I got excited over. Yeah, it is. But the guy's name is, he's a former Air Force veteran, and the article says he's blowing the whistle on alleged secret U.S. military programs, which he says have been retrieving craft of, quote, non-human origin for at least several decades.
Well, the big thing I got from that, and I got
wait. If you're going to mention how many years, please don't mention that right now. Wait, just
no.
Okay.
Was that he's not just coming out to the press and going, I've got some information. Like, he filed a motion with
Congress,
yes. and you know, because he felt that it was of national security and that was being withheld from them and the intelligence committee. So, like, it's not like he's just out here talking to. He has the access to these people, and he has the prior record that this guy is somewhat legitimate, if nothing else.
Right. Okay. Now, his name is David Charles Grush. He's a 36-year-old decorated former combat officer in Afghanistan. He served in the National Reconnaissance Office, acting as their representative to Congress for the United Aerial Phenomenon Task Force, which was UAPs. He did that from 2019 to 2021. He also served from late 2021 to July 2022 as the co-lead of the unidentified UAP analysis and its representative task force, which was recently renamed. And I still don't understand why they renamed this. So there is no UAP task force anymore, no UFOs. The All Dominion Anomaly Resolution Office, also known as, they call it ARROW or something like that. I think that's what they call it.
Yeah. And then what happened to ATIP?
So,
remember ATIP?
Yep.
I don't know.
But
that's
gone.
Probably some type of, you know, one of those. It keeps it out of maybe gaining momentum if they change those names and stuff.
Well, and then that could be another reason. You know, I mean, they're going to be like UFOs, UAPs don't exist, but let's see what All Dominion Anomaly Resolution Office that does exist, and so does the the All Dominion Anomaly Resolution Office. So whatever that means. But, you know, this article goes on to say, and keep in mind, you know, I mean, this guy had clearance. He was working with the UAP program, working with the National Renaissance thing, not like fair, but not Renaissance. Why the hell did I say Renaissance? National Reconnaissance program. But, you know, like Justin said, he had filed a whistleblower thing with Congress, and he reported Monday. Let's see. Okay. Now, this is the part that I got excited about when I read this, and I'm like, and I connected the dots when I read this, and I will explain why. So this past Monday, he filed a whistleblower complaint, and the Inspector General, on classified information, said that he proves the recoveries of partial fragments through and up to intact vehicles that have been made for decades through the present day by the U.S. government. Now, it says 4 decades. So if you go back a few decades, let's go back a few decades. We're in the middle of the Reagan era. And you remember what he asked Gorbachev once, you know, hey, if we're invaded for aliens from a force outside of this world, will, you know, you help us. Yeah. Okay. So we're going back decades there. And then, let's see, it says that the recoveries of partial fragments through intact and up to intact vehicles have been made for decades through the present day by the U.S. government, its allies, and defense contractors. Okay. Now, I cannot think of the name of the guy. There was one guy that was a defense contractor that told his story, and he was never heard from again. but also a defense contractor. You have a guy we've talked about on the show, Bob Lazar.
Mhm.
He worked for a defense contracting company.
Yep.
Bob is explaining some of this stuff that is stated right here in black and white. Let's see. This article goes on to say that the analysis of the exotic origin non-human intelligence, where extraterrestrial or unknown origin, that's where these materials and complete ships have come from. On this other, let me flip over here really quick, and I think it was just one part. Okay, here it is. Okay. Now, again, this is the Inspector General speaking, and the hairs on the back of my neck are standing up as I'm about ready to read this. So he's talking about all this stuff. And and this is what he says: the assertion concerning the existence of extraterrestrial or terrestrial arms race occurring has been ongoing for nearly 80 years and is focused on reverse engineering technologies of unknown origin. Now, I'm going to pause right there. What happened almost 80 years ago?
There was a crash in Roswell.
Bingo, my friend. Bingo. So when I saw that, I mean, I had to do a double take.
It
I mean,
gives you a
because
perfect timeline.
here is black. Yes, exactly. Because, you know, and people might say, well, whoa, that don't make no sense. You went to the 80s and you go back to Roswell. Yeah, it makes perfect sense because we had this technology coming out, okay, after Roswell. Now, you know, and Roswell to 87 is what, 40 years, okay? Reagan had UFO experiences. His vice president was Bush Sr. Bush Sr. used to be over the CIA and all that stuff. Bush Sr., you know, the story has been told that Jimmy Carter aggravated Bush Sr. nonstop, wanting to know about alien life. And they had a meeting, and Jimmy Carter's aides have stated that for weeks after that meeting, all Jimmy Carter did was cry. So that's how it connects back.
Yeah.
You have Reagan, you have his vice president, okay? And I'm sure he told Reagan this. Reagan wanted to do the Star Wars program that put satellites in space that, you know, would shoot down stuff, you know, whether it be foreign, domestic, man-made, non-man-made. And a lot of people say that did not happen. He did not do that. I've saw a video, and I don't know if it's real or not, but Dirty Dan saw it as well. We've saw video that I honestly think that does exist.
Well, I mean, if it does exist, if they said, oh yeah, they're up here and this is what they are, then you have to believe half of that and then go, well, okay, then there's more. If they say, here was the budget, here's what we planned on doing, but nothing happened, then
Right.
there's probably stuff everywhere up there, because that is one of the few places that we can't double check them. We can't,
Right.
and then like JoJo had said earlier, you know, about the U.S. being one of the last countries to acknowledge that stuff. Well, oh gosh, sorry. You know, if we have the best plan of defense up there, you know, obviously Russia's not going to say much and China's not going to say much, because they may not like us, but like, you know, like he asked Gorbachev, you know, you're going to stand with me in that situation. We'd all need help in that situation, you know, unless the aliens are like really dumb. I mean, that's possible, but it for you to, you know, if somebody's come out to me and went, oh yeah, not only did the Star Wars program get initiated, but it's far further reaching than we thought. Well, that wouldn't surprise me. I'd be like, well, yeah, that adds up.
But think about that, though. I mean, think about how, I mean, they denied, well, Roswell happened, but it was weather balloons. And right here, you've got in black and white, that's the only thing it could be. That's the only thing that happened almost 80 years ago.
Well, it's
you
one
know,
of those
they don't
things,
say Roswell,
no.
but we've said on the show, look at how much technology came after Roswell.
Well, all right, you look at what we had plane wise to our knowledge. You know, obviously we'd had some of this SR-71. We had it before the 80s, but we didn't know about it till the 80s.
Right.
You know, and then the stealth starts coming in 90s, like So yeah, you go back 40 years and you start seeing this massive growth in technology that we know of. You know, you've talked many times about how far the government may be ahead on technology compared to us. And all right, then you go back 40 years from that. All right, if in 40 years we went from the planes we had during World War II to the stealth bomber, then where have we went in 40 years after that? And how did we get there when, you know, what the Wright brothers was 1900s?
Yeah. Well,
Right,
yeah,
so-
yeah, like the early 1900s.
So in less than 40 years, you really made it from a glider to a glider with the motor. You know what I mean? So like that's a pretty big growth, you know?
Yeah. Baxter, I made you a moderator as well, like a single moderator or something like that, just to safeguard us there. I just would pass that along to you and hope you didn't mind.
Thoughts and prayers to your uncle, JoJo.
But I mean, look at it just mentions the technology, the indisputable real. All right. Okay. It says this as in the indisputable realization that at least some of these technologies of unknown origin derive from non-human intelligence. Okay, now this goes back because this guy also stated, and I didn't print this off in this article, but the whistleblower also stated that basically you had alien craft that we had learned how to fly and operate, and we were, you know, doing all that stuff. And then we have man-made craft. And then it was talking about and it used the term non-alien pilots, which means humans.
Yeah.
That exact term popped up in the kid that hacked the NASA computers. Steven,
Steven, who had the right to fly.
Yes.
Yeah.
The kid from London. I can't think of Steven's last name, but that exact phrase popped up, and he said that he saw a list that specifically stated non-terrestrial pilots or something to that effect. But it was word for word because I went back and looked last night.
Yeah.
You know what it, and he stated that, you know, and there was like, I think at that time, either 12 to 21 people that were able to, that were certified to fly. So, and I can't remember his last name, but his first name's Steven.
Well,
so,
and you look at like some of those, like with the NASA thing said, you know, just to have the designation
right
of terrestrial, non-terrestrial. Like, why would you need the designation if it wasn't possible? Now, I guess you could say that if it's non-human piloted, that it's AI piloted, but you wouldn't call an AI pilot a non-terrestrial pilot. You may call it an artificial intelligence pilot or something, but it's very much terrestrial if it's AI.
Let me throw something out at you. Where do you think we got the technology
for AI?
Well, no. To fly unmanned drones. Think about that for a minute.
I mean, really, like
unbeknownst to us, we were doing that during the first Desert War. I mean, you can find that out now, but we didn't know it at the time. Yeah. I mean, 30 years ago. Damn, that's a long time ago.
A long year old.
Yes, I am. We didn't know it then, but like a lot of these places that were bombed were unmanned planes, and drones and stuff. I mean, we know some of that now, but
that's it. We're behind.
How do you
what
think
they can
that
do,
technology, had been capable of it? I mean, I'm just going to guess because I've never been in the military. I do have a lot of friends they've been in the military, and they've never told me anything because they've signed.
Don't ask, don't tell.
Well, no, they've signed non-disclosure forms, but they have told me enough to let me know that the military is so well ahead of us, so advanced. So, if we had this in the early 90s, and then what was it, like 10 years later is when they like actually started like letting people know, this unmanned, because I remember and I think it was pre 9/11. There was a news story about an unmanned U.S. drone that was, taking photos or something over, some Middle Eastern country.
But we didn't even look at then as being weaponized. We just looked at it as, okay, they can fly a plane with a camera on. Like it didn't look, but it was a lot more advanced than we thought.
Yeah, because 10 years before it was dropping bombs.
Yeah,
you know?
we had no idea though.
But I mean, if it's, and I'm going to guess that if we had that in 91, that we had the military had the capability to do that in 71.
Oh, no doubt. No,
So-
you know, I mean, we're at least 20 years behind knowing the idea.
No, we're more than 20 years behind now.
What you take something that we kind of got an idea they're doing, you know, that means they're doing that at 30 years ahead of that, and we're 20 years behind. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, it's such a big difference. But now that is the one thing that I've wondered about AI, and AI is getting really big right now.
Yes, it is.
And AI seems like a lot of what we consider AI, I don't think is a real definition of AI. But where do we get that ideals of people? Because like AI to us, a lot of that is an algorithm that is working out calculations and kind of searching pre-known knowledge. And you know, maybe that is it at its simplest thing. Bye.
Yep. Thank you very much, Ray.
But you know,
it's
in its essence, you know, to become what everybody's afraid of, it has to really become kind of its own thing. And have they seen that? You know, is that something that these tech companies because like me, you know, I've heard you talk about it a lot of times, these tech companies, these contractors got special access to certain technology, whether it be, you know, Russian found technology or wherever it's found from, and they're allowed to do whatever with it. You know, have they seen something that is in the realm of what they think AI is, and they're trying to mimic that? Because, you know, let's say that the first couple times something came here, you know, and we don't know that wasn't hundreds of years before Roswell.
Right.
And, you know, we've heard of, especially from Lazar, older crashes.
Same.
You know, what if those weren't manned? What if those were AI driven? And, you know, because if that's the case and they're truly AI, that would be their biggest weapon. And that's what we're trying to proliferate all around the world right now is AI. Every company's trying to do something with AI, you know, and maybe that's part of a plan to, you know, give us some type of defense without telling us we have some type of defense.
Right. That you're 100% correct. It's just, I mean, and some people have claimed, you know, that I've read comments that people have shared these articles, or some of these articles you can comment underneath. Some of them's commented Project Bluebeam.
Yep.
I don't think it is Project Bluebeam. I mean, it very well could be, but I don't really think it is. I think Project Bluebeam was a mixture of what it was stated it was, which was like projection with, you know, the TR-3B that was real in the Phoenix lights. I think that through my investigation was a part of Project Bluebeam.
Well, and that's very well possible. And like people throw that project out there a lot. Like I seen a thing the other day. It was one of what's his name? Musk. It's one of his rockets taking off and coming back, and like you would see the tip of it kind of disappear and come back. And like it's Project Bluebeam, it's a projection, but no, like it happens all the time. Like it happens on my live videos. Like if I'm trying to do something, you know, you'll see that flicker because that camera is searching for resolution and it's searching for picture correction, and you'll see that, and it just pops in and out. Actually, that is true, and my wife suffered from that for a long time. JoJo, thoughts and prayers.
What's your thoughts on how Elon's rocket can take off and then land exactly like it took off? I'm going to be honest. I was kind of impressed when I saw that the first time, and then I'm like, well, you know, if that can do that with a rocket shaped like that, then you know what Bob Lazar stated that can go up and down. That has to exist too. So I was not as impressed.
Well, no, I think it's impressive because we've never
third time I watched it.
Yeah,
so.
we've never seen anything, so it does make it impressive. I'm impressed by it because I don't believe that Musk has had access to anything. I believe Musk is that tenacious, and maybe he's not. Everybody's like, well, he's not that smart. He's done shit I can't do. But maybe he's just that hard of a worker. But imagine if he had that access, Flash is pro corporations. Their AI is the good guy now. My world has
I have been through so many AI apps, and I mean, I will get one and I'll fall in love with it, and then I'll be like, this is horse shit, just because it restricts my answers, or the answers that I want, but it will not respond.
Well,
and I want an unrestricted AI app.
But that's dangerous.
No, it's not. Well, I'm not going to go.
It is to certain types of people. It is that. Look, all AI right now
be asking, create a new episode of Ren and Stimpy. Word to text video. That's all I want. I'm not going to be out here asking for codes to missiles and stuff like that.
I think more of the restriction is like, well, I mean, Joe Rogan did it on his podcast live. Like, can you get it to say something good about, so-and-so? And yeah, you can. Can you get it to say something good about Joe Rogan? No, it's going to throw in something controversial.
Okay. Getting off on AI for a little bit. This one I downloaded this morning is called Super Intelligent AI. Okay. I'm going to turn the microphone on. So you ask it anything you want to, my friend.
Who is Joe Rogan?
So it's got the word who typed out.
Is Joe Rogan.
Who?
I have to type it.
Okay. And it says who is word who typed out is Joe Rogan. Okay. So we'll change that. I'll put who is.
Yeah, you can't let a redneck do this.
Well, see, I was talking in new words too. I should have shut up. So
I can't understand me.
Damn, have you noticed how long we've been going?
I don't know if we can do an hour.
Yeah, no, I don't think we'll be able to. So it's searching here. Who is Joe Rogan? Joe Rogan is an American stand-up comedian, actor, podcast host, and martial artist. He is best known for hosting the popular podcast, The Joe Rogan Experience. Did that sound okay?
That sounds really good.
He is also known for being a commentator on the Ultimate Fighting Championship.
See, that one gives you the fair answer. Whereas most of the first ones, when they first come out, would say controversial host, and it would say that about him. Whereas if you put in like a Don Lemon, one of the world's greatest liars, like it wouldn't say controversial or proven liar Don Lemon. Like it would just say Don Lemon, Or if you put in Glenn Beck, it wouldn't say. It may say psychopath Glenn Beck, which may be truthful. It probably is truthful.
Okay, you had Bobby comment there. Flash, ask your super AI buddies at the Rothschilds to make a good one. If you do have that ability, Flash, I want an unrestricted one.
I'm trying to figure out how I got pro. How am I pro corporation?
Before Bobby asked that, I typed in, who is the spooky family? I'm going to hit send here. Let's see what it says.
Group of protected people that their agent Bobby has locked in a basement.
What? That is a very good question, Baxter.
I don't know if JoJo's a legal citizen or not, but if he's an alien, them some big tatas. I've seen him.
I would like to. Hey, Lucy, do you care to look up what are the largest alien recorded alien tatas on record?
Look what you signed up for.
Okay, so I asked it who the spooky family was, and here's what it responded. It said, the Spooky Family is a comic book series created by Stan Lee in partnership with Marvel Comics. They follow the adventures of supernatural heroes known as the Spookies. They protect their town from monsters and other supernatural threats. They're led by Elliot and his co-host, Gertie.
Yeah, see, that's completely accurate. They just left out the podcast part. See, sometimes it really gets there but after hearing how, like, one guy, and this is very early on, was like, well, AI can't be biased. It has to be giving you an honest answer. And then he was like, because he explained exactly how the AI chatbots work.
Yeah.
They just scour the internet for what they consider verifiable knowledge. Well, the problem is whoever designs that and sets the parameters and whatever, notions they have about what can and can't be trusted and what can and can't be said. They alter it. They don't give it unadulterated access. They say, yeah, you can say this, but we can't consider something from here true or something from there true, or anything about this person has to be negative. And like, that has to be there. That coded bias has to be there, because if it's not, then it wouldn't give the answers that a lot of them were given, especially that chat GTP or whatever.
Right.
It was really bad at first, but you got a guy who's got, a couple million downloads. I mean, I'm obviously us too, but like Rogan, who's got all those downloads every time. Like when he brings it up, then they're going to go in and try to soften that a little bit. Right. And they did.
They wear boater holders or free tatas.
Free tatas, purely.
Oh, I'm going to have to take a break really quick. And when we come back, I guess we'll talk about the news and wrap this thing up. Why did you think that we could not go 75 minutes?
I always doubt myself. Like, okay. I know me and you'll talk for 4 hours when it's just us. But
there has been times that we've actually talked for 2 hours and recorded a podcast for an hour. And we're like, we should have recorded the phone call as well.
And like, the Talk Junkie ones are always so long, and before Bobby stopped letting the Spooky Family come on Retro Cult, like they were always really long episodes, 2-parters, 4 hours.
And before we go to break, our lovely producer, just messaged me, and there's nothing on file
somebody else
about the largest alien tatas. So we're going to do a little research on that. JoJo, can you attempt to photograph alien tatas for us? And
I've seen some tattooed ones.
Win a prize, for the biggest set of alien tatas. Ooh. So, old man bladder. Oh, you're blaming me? He's the guy that had to go pee 4 or 5 times last week, but I actually do have to pee.
I did.
So, but
I was about to pee in my Rowdy Piper.
You're watching. Well, if I ever hear running water and I look over at you,
I keep one of them small little milk jugs with me.
Why did you bring an empty coffee can with you in there?
It's my porta john.
You're watching, listening to Here to Chew Bubblegum 2.0 with Goose and Justin. We'll be back in just a few moments. I'm going to attempt to pull a little break video up that I made. Let's see.
We're going to pee together at the same time.
No, we are not going to do that. No.
We're going full Ghostbusters, Bobby. We're going to cross streams.
We're not.
I bet it was.
No, I bet you had sound. See, now we're on this side. I don't know how I did that. So both should have sound.
We do.
Do we both have sound, Lucy? And man, the
If you're
comments have
muted,
been-
then it would mute me because we're coming through the same input.
Looks like our damn Wi-Fi is freezing and dropping and all that good shit. All right, she says, okay, good.
Let's set like this a long
So,
time.
no, you did it to me last week, man. That confused the hell out of me. No, I was trying to. I'm uploading some pictures here, as he said. Of
He's uploading some. I don't know what the appropriate breast of alien. And then we don't know if they're men or women because alien both could have.
these both look like women. I mean,
We don't know. That's very. First of all, that's
I'm
very
gonna say
wrong.
they're
You can't
women.
say that.
Well, I
Did
did.
you ask them?
No, but I think that
I'm gonna
they
say
are.
they them until we know
So-
for sure.
I can't wait for my grandson to get my computer next week and be looking through this stuff. What is this? I did teach him the phrase. That's what she said this past week, and my daughter absolutely hates that.
Well, you know, it's
So-
something every kid needs to learn. My son does it all the time.
Exactly. By the way, before I pull these pictures up, you had some really good family photos of of your family vacation.
Yeah.
So here's the one that Bolin found. Okay, I'm going to pull this up, and I'm going to go back to the comments in just a moment because I want you guys to pick which one you think's better. Here's the one Bolin found. Okay, everyone can see that. That's the one that Bolin found. And here is the one that Lucy sent me. So I'm gonna be honest. I like this second one better.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go. With
Just
the second
because
one.
she has two.
The
you
blue
know.
eyes. JoJo's eyes are that blue.
Okay.
I'm gonna
okay.
go blue eyes. Yeah.
You know, and that makes me think of Alien Nation.
Oh, it does. It was
So-
weird that they were oddly attractive too.
I never thought it was weird. So-
No, of course not. It's not.
Oh,
weird.
sound check. Yeah. See, I brought myself back in before I hit my mic. So, but what do you guys think? You guys just saw Bolin's alien or Lucy's alien? Who sent us the hottest alien? I'll vote for the second one. Bolin, I love you, but you're in church. You should not be looking at stuff like that.
No, Billy Joe will be upset. I'm glad y'all are making up though. That tickles me.
Baxter says Alien Nation. Oh, he says that show rocked. And I'm pretty sure he's talking about Alien Nation.
See, he goes number two.
Number two. See, that's the same thing I think, you know.
Well, I tried to get, but you wanted to go number one and cross streams, and I was like, "Look, we got time. It's our show." The picture, the number two picture is the best.
Yes, you number two picture's the best. I have to go back up and look at the one-eyed cat comment really quick. I heard you talking about there.
Oh, Lucy did something to her one-eyed cat. I don't know. I was worried. I was concerned.
Oh, well, Billy Joe, thank you for commenting there.
What did Billy Joe say?
Godless heathens, be warned. I have almost converted Bolin Cox, and you two are next. Buddy, I'm not next.
Hey, let me tell you something. Billy Joe can work a cox like nobody I've ever seen in my life. He'll convert bowling as sure as we're sitting here.
Now, have you heard about Billy Joe's cousin?
Yeah, I knew the name. You told me the name, but I don't know a lot about him.
I didn't remember.
What is it?
I heard he's just as worse. So,
Look,
so
I don't know. It scares me that there's two in this world.
I had it
One
wrote
is
down
scary
here.
enough. I remember you mentioning the name, but my mind, I have no mind.
Reverend Frank Ulysses Keaton.
Yeah.
So,
F-U-K.
oh, that's it. That is his initials.
They've got somewhere
So,
PJ and
yes.
F-U-K.
Yes, they do. Moving on to the news. Man, this has been great. This has been great. Now, before we move on to the news, I know you got your packet there. That we had
This
some.
is how hard this guy works.
We had.
I
some,
get this every show. I get this emailed to
Well,
me,
this is just a
then
second one,
printed
so.
out. Well, I've been on other shows. I've been on
Oh,
those
yeah,
round
true,
tables. That one
true.
square table we tried that failed. I was
Yeah.
on it.
No, I did put some recent MUFON UFO sightings. We will talk about those later. But anyone that is interested, MUFON the MUFON headquarters now is located in Cincinnati, Ohio, and they're having a symposium, I think sometime in August, that you can sign up for. So you can go, and they're going to have some guest speakers and so forth. Moving on to the news. Flash, I will let you go first on the news.
I don't know what I've done with it. I thought we already done the
Did you
news.
really lose it? No, we've done the news headlines. We've not done the
yeah, that
news.
is right. Here we go. Aging.
JoJo, the 3 boobied alien is pretty hot as well.
Oh God, yeah. You got me sidetracked. That's triple nipple. Aging could a moderate protein diet be the key to youth? A new study of mice investigates the role of protein in different stages of life. The study finds that consuming moderate amounts of protein in your youth and middle age may be the key to good metabolic health. In mice, a diet low in protein resulted in the development of fatty liver, and middle-aged mice exhibited higher levels of lipids or fats in their systems than younger mice. The moderate protein diets lowered lipid and blood sugar levels in the mice. Here's my problem.
Go ahead.
For years, you should eat eggs and butter every day for breakfast. And then for years, eggs and butter every day for breakfast would kill you, but sugary cereals were part of a complete breakfast. And then eggs were good again. This was a study done by a bunch of people. Let's just face it. They don't know what we need to eat.
Okay. Well,
they don't have a clue. But this one could be, because if you notice how white my hair is and how old I look, and I'm just 40. When I pop up the
you
AI
look older
picture
than
thing,
me.
yes, much
So,
older than you.
you do.
When I pop up the AI
You look like
thing,
shit.
everyone shows me 100 years old. I ate a lot of meat. I
Okay.
mean, every time
Now-
you turn around, I had meat in my mouth. From the time I was old enough to put meat in my mouth till right now, I was just meat. Every time I turn around, hot dogs, hamburgers, steaks, ribs, any type of meat I could fit in my mouth. On the bone, off the bone, just meat in my mouth at all times. And I look old.
No, you don't. No, you don't. Now, I think that study could be true because of the simple fact, since 2005, I've ate a lot of protein, steak, eggs. I'm trying to think what else that's high in protein. Peanut butter,
Sausages.
I've not ate sausages. You have though, right?
Lost sausages. Lucy was
Sausage
curious if
links.
you'd eat sausages.
No, yeah, she's talking about you eating links.
Tubes. Yeah.
But knock on wood, I hardly ever get sick. I may get sick one time a year. And my better half stays sick constantly because she's around a lot of sick people. But I just think that could be true because I think it's helped with muscle tone in me. So I think that could be true.
Well, look, if I'm on a high protein diet and like because when I'm sticking to a diet and working out a lot, that's what I do. I stick to a high protein diet and I feel better. I feel hungry all the time, but I feel
that's
better.
like me.
Yeah.
So, I was thinking you, JP, and all the sausages that you eat.
I've eaten a lot of sausage. I'm a sausage guy.
And I eat a lot of I work out I actually worked out before I came here to the studio this morning.
Yeah, I did not.
I have been up since about between 2 and 2:30.
I went to bed about 3. We're the exact opposite.
Did you
worked
really
out,
go
I
to bed
did
about?
not.
Did you really go to bed about?
Yes,
3?
check Facebook. I was making
Okay.
posts about I couldn't sleep because of the 13 hours of sleep I had catching up from being in the ER all night. So I was like,
Submarines are full of semen, which are high in protein. Yes, they are.
they are.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
The sandwiches and the ships.
You'll get more semen in the ship.
So, let's see. Moving on here. Ring employees, camera peeping shows the terrifying downside of home security tech. Home surveillance technology is incredibly useful. For pet owners, it's a way of monitoring those fluffy family members while you're away. Responsible adults can keep a watchful eye on children in their cribs from another room. Ring doorbells, meanwhile, allow us to keep watch over who's at our front door, ensuring that we won't miss deliveries and perform other invaluable functions. The Federal Trade Commission states that one Ring employee was able to access private footage of female users in such areas of their homes and continued to do so for several months. Had it not been for another staff member that discovered these outrageous invasions of privacy, they may have remained undetected. It isn't the first time that such claims have been made for a Ring. In December 2020, a case was brought against the company that compromised the complainants of no less than 15 different families, all of whom alleged that their Ring cameras had been hacked and in some instances used to speak to or even threaten their lives. I'm sorry. I did not mean to giggle at that part.
Screw them, kill them. I don't
Well,
give a
I
shit.
mean, you know, the newspaper states that in those instances, no explanation or resolution had been provided by Ring, and that the company saw users' predictability passwords as the culprit. Now, there's a site that you can go to online, and you can watch actual cameras from all over the world. And, you know, you watch like a live feed.
I mean, almost all of our life is kind of excessive.
You know, I did not mean to laugh, but when I got to that part that, you know, the doorbell was speaking back and threatening them, I just found that kind of funny.
That would be kind of funny.
Yeah. I mean, think about this for a second. That this guy has got, you know, he works for Ring. He's got all this footage of this woman, and you know, it's not telling him what she was doing. He could upload that stuff online, you know.
Well, yeah, and like some people, like, you know, for some people, just the voyeur aspect of it, that he's getting to see it and they don't know it. Like,
right.
Some people are creepy. I mean, you
Yes,
know, and that is scary. I like the way you looked at me. Of course, I'm speaking of creepy. I'm gonna tell you something, and you've known me well enough to know, and JoJo does. I don't care, to be completely honest. I was getting ready, and this is why I probably need a Ring cam. I was getting ready to go out to eat probably 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I just got a new record, and I'd got it from the Opportunity store, local little thrift store. Had no idea what it was. Put it in. It's some like 50s, 60s unknown artists. Not really my type of thing, but I'm just jamming along with it. I get out of the shower. I come in. The record's still playing. I'm in my underwear, you know. There's nobody home. I'm not doing this for anybody else. I'm in nothing but my underwear, you know. So automatically, you know, I'm doing my goofy little dance because it's a goofy little song. So when you do the goofy dance, you pull your underwear up into your butt cheek where it looks like a thong, like, you know, where the cheeks are out and it looks like a thong. So I'm doing that to my living room.
Story?
Yes, it's true. I do it in front of my wife all the time.
But you were home by yourself.
Yeah, but you've got to practice. That way, when I go to pull it up and I get it, like, I want to know that I'm getting a good butt shot. Like, I'm showing her a good butt shot.
Right.
Because a lot of times she's staring at her phone.
course.
So I like to come into the living room. I'll tell you where I got it from. Wayne's World. When Wayne and Cassandra's on the bed and he does, but I go deeper. I go way in the crack. So it's like a real thong. You know?
Okay.
And I'm doing that in my living room. So, like, you know, if I'd had some type of home camera, you know, that would have been what they'd been looking at. And I don't have a problem with them looking. I don't have a problem with them putting it on the internet. I don't care. I would do it in front of anybody. I'm not an easily embarrassed person, but they have to go through a lot of that to probably find that one attractive person that's doing it. So, you know, yeah, the guy's doing wrong, but he really is putting in work, because he's probably looking at a lot of really ugly people first, like me, you know.
So
and, you know, I mean,
okay.
my favorite thing in the world is to do that and push my belly out real far and go to the corner of the room and put my leg up on the chair to where you got full butt access and my belly is over my leg, and then look at my wife and go, "What's up?" Like, that's my favorite thing in the whole world. I get great pleasure from that. I can't help it.
You know, those people younger, when you get older, it does not take much to entertain you.
No, it don't.
You know, how you remember, like, when you're young, you would have a sleepover on a Friday or Saturday, and you'd stay up all night watching movies and playing video games and having fun. When you get older, if you're at a gathering and it's getting late, you check your blood pressure for fun to see who's got the highest blood pressure.
I'm going to tell you, it's not what me and JoJo did at sleepovers when I was younger. There's a lot of blood pressure getting checked too. I'll tell you right now. Apparently, I've got a new story here. The moon crash site found. NASA orbiter spots the grave of private Japanese lander. I don't know who private Japanese is, but thank you for your service. A NASA lunar orbiter has spotted the final resting place of a private Japanese moon lander that failed in its touchdown attempt last month. The H2Cb lander, also carrying a small rover for the United Arab Emirates, that's worrisome, made its landing attempt on April 25th, aiming to set down in Atlas Crater. However, communications with the lander were lost. Apparently, all communications on the lander were in English, and the Japanese had subletted everything on their end out to India. So it was just a misunderstanding. They couldn't understand each other. And crashed on landing, and the iSpace team behind the lander later confirmed. I got to turn pages here, people. Should have been on top. I got one thumb. The lander did not safely touch down on the surface. They verified this by the fact that it was tore all to hell. Now the site of the apparent crash has been discovered in images taken by the Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter, or the LRO. Most of that story is true. The part about them subletting out to India for their text service and the different languages, that might have been a lie. But other than that, it really crashed.
Well, like I said, I had never heard of that.
No, I didn't know.
I know that our government does not like private people going to, that extreme and doing that.
Yeah, maybe we shot it down. Like, I'm not sure that private people should be doing that. Like, I'm not.
Why?
Here you go,
Why?
Bobby. I'm a big
Why?
government guy. I just don't like. I don't know. Do you want the United Arab Emirates? Like, I don't know. Like, they wouldn't let the sheik come over there, and wrestle. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want people like that putting stuff on the moon.
But nobody owns the moon.
We do. We're America.
No.
We popped that flag in that place first.
No, we don't.
Conquered. I say we do.
Do you care what type of something up here to read the story I was going to read really quick? Thank you.
It says Goose, but that's not part of the story. He puts that because I'm stupid. The crowd at the unveiling of Apple's Vision Pro headset let out a collective groan when they found out it would not be compatible with pornography. Oh no, when they found out how wildly expensive it was. There's one product that has been making all the headlines from Apple's worldwide developer conference in California. On Monday, the announcement of the Vision Pro headset marked the tech giant's foray into the metaverse. That's not a real place. Although the company stayed clear of using that branding in case it sucked. But on TikTok and Twitter, everyone has been laughing about the audience's reaction to the Vision Pro's eye-watering price tag. Check out the symphony of boos, groans, and sighs as the crowd was told this thing is going to cost $3,499. That's $3,500. You can buy this little thing that your iPhone goes down into, and the hub already makes movies with it. So you just put it on there, and it's got little ear things that come up, and they're like $6-7 at Big Lots, and it looks like they're right there on top of you. It's perfect, and it's not $3,500. I think, in all honesty, something like that's going to slow up the metaverse getting big.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you put it out of reach of people, like, I understand it's new tech. And I don't know, people are tech. You think about what a VCR costs, and then think of how many people at a time when
you remember what year you got a VCR?
It would be easy to look up what year I actually got one of my own. You would just have to figure out what year McDonald's
1985 opened up in Hazards. What you're okay, sorry.
What year McDonald's give away like you could go in there and buy the Raiders of the Lost Ark or whatever on VHS. Like that's the first time I ever had one of my own. But now my grandfather had one that was an old rental in a case before that, and like we would use that. But a lot of times we did rent the VCR, when we rented the movie, so that was pretty common for us.
Same here. So that's getting us out of segment 2 in the news. And this has been so much fun. Thank you, my friend. Lucy, thank you. Bolin, thank you. Baxter, JoJo, Purple Princess. Let's
We
go back up
apologize
here.
deeply.
Bobby,
Roberto.
Billy Joe Farnsworth. Thank you guys very much for tuning in. And I mean, hopefully next week we can get started with no technical difficulties right off the bat. How do you guys feel about the news? Do you think we should keep on doing the news, or do you think Justin should do the news?
Or should we only do the news when there's like a really good story?
Me personally, I think that Justin likes the news pretty good. He should.
I do like the news. If it's like,
Well,
like,
yeah. Well, I mean, those stories were pretty good.
Those were really good
Are
stories.
you saying that
you always find good
stories?
I've only seen like one of those. So you've always found really good stories.
Well, thank you very much. But
91. JoJo says 91 they released those. And I would say that's probably close to right. That's the first time I owned one myself. Now, we had one at my grandparents', but this was at my house in my room. That's the first year I had one. Okay.
Well, this has been Here to Chew Bubblegum 2.0 episode UFO OFU. And I was going to say that at the beginning. I look forward to that, and I forgot about it. But that is the name of this week's episode. Coming up on next week's episode, we are going to be discussing. You know what we're going to be talking about, Justin?
Crossing streams.
No, we are going to be talking about AI music.
Oh yeah, remember you telling me that. Yeah.
So
it's in my email.
It's
in your show notes.
It's on the format. Segment 3. Next week's show we'll discuss AI music. So also next week, Justin's email will be set up. Lucy's email will be set up. We're going to have email return. Next week, we're going to have it, at the first where it always was. We're not going to do any questions of the week, or we'll be starting to do some shout outs. What should we call the shout outs? Because we've got more than TikTok. We're on, we've not actually done it live on TikTok. We need to do that next week.
Yeah.
But we've got YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, and if you say social media,
who just
spectator of the week,
pull the clip from Goonies and just call it, "Hey, you guys." Yeah,
that's actually a good idea. See, but then you'd have to have 2 of them
perpetually stuck.
So, actually,
I can't help it.
But we will have the return of that email. Let's see. Before we wrap it up, does anybody have any questions? Does anybody want to pop on with us really quick? Does anybody want us to call anyone before we wrap it up? If you do, just let us know there in the comments, and we'll call someone, or we will, let you pop on. We'll put a link in the comments and let anyone pop on that wants to.
We can show you how to wrap it up before we wrap it up.
Well, yeah. Let's see. I would just go ahead. Let me just go ahead and do this really quick in case anybody wants to while we're wrapping it up. Here is the your better half is going to hate you coming over here.
Wow. It's a break. They're in bed right now.
That's all you do. Just over there.
Oh,
You're
no,
on the garage.
She doesn't like me.
But if anyone does want to hop on right now, that's cool, man. Did you see how they done that? The Twitch stream come up. So,
wow.
If anybody does want to hop on right now, while we're wrapping things up, I have a few minutes left. You're welcome to do that. Lucy, thank you very much, so much for your help.
I know you.
I am sorry that this ran long. But I mean, you can probably expect this for every show. And you were talking about, pre-recording some shows when I have to take off here in a little bit. I don't think we'll have to do that. I think we'll just do a part 1 and part 2.
Well, look, you just let me go next week and we can knock out a 4 hour. I believe we can do it now. I don't think I can mess anything up at this point. I've calmed down a little bit. I was worried. You got a good show. I love your show. That's why I wanted to be on it, and that's why I enjoy it. I've always listened.
I'm tickled to death that you're on it, brother.
I was nervous.
When last week?
Very. And that's not like me. You can ask my wife. Like that's not. I don't get nervous about
when
anything.
you came in the door last week, you're like, I forgot my shoes and everything. I looked and you had flip flops on.
I was like, dude, I was a nervous wreck. I was like, because
you also forgot your computer and got like a really good distance away and turn and go
15,
back and get
20
it.
minutes away. Like you don't want to destroy something you like. You know?
Yeah, dude,
like,
dude. I mean, hell, look, I have done that. So, I mean,
yeah, by bringing me on.
No. I'm talking about the odd difficulty last week and all that and stuff.
I wonder why my wife named my kid after JoJo.
I don't know, but Lucy, you need to hop on soon with us then. I'd love to have you hop on. Again, Lucy is our new producer. Her email will be coming next week. If you have any questions, you can email her. If you want us for any bookings or appearances, this guy over here is a published author. You have like it was a few weeks ago, I guess, wasn't it? You were over at a bookstore.
Yep.
Signing autographs and books and so forth.
And I don't know if I can mention this yet or not, so I want to anyway. There's a festival for the Muse in the Mountains coming up. Man, she's done a lot with that little thing, and it's become a big thing. Like, I think they're gonna have music acts and everything. All the stuff's not done, but you can look it up. MEWZ Muse in the Mountain. You can look it up on Facebook, and she's starting to make some announcements and stuff. But I'm going to be there signing and selling books. But there'll be other people there that you actually want to buy other stuff too. So like you can go to them. So that's coming up September, I believe.
Okay. Yeah. Well, thank you very much, Baxter. Lucy will perform with us next week. The website that's up on the screen right now that's been up a little while. Be sure to check that out. And support those people, show them some love. They got some really good stuff there. I will be bringing some stuff next week from home that I was going to bring last week. And when you wake up at 2:00 in the morning, you kind of forget stuff. So, but here's the thing. I write this shit down, and then I forget why I wrote this down. I just end up deleting it on my phone or throwing it away.
Now the L&R Crafts and things that you've got the links to popped up for. If you've seen the Roadhouse
amazing stuff
mug I had last week, coffee mug I had, like the big tumbler, that's from them. And then if you follow me on Facebook and you've seen the Retro Cult coffee mug I've got, that's from them. Like they do amazing stuff.
They do some great stuff. Let me see if I can pull this up really quick here. I don't know if I'll be able to, but I'll try.
Everything went well until that moment.
Until I tried to pull it up.
And he tried to get it up.
See here.
And no matter how much Justin helped, it just wouldn't get up. There was too many people watching. And sometimes, you just
watch me end up clicking on something. Something what will pop up here on the screen. I do have a picture. Yeah. Okay. Now this is not a picture of the actual product. This was the design that they have. And I will go ahead and show you guys this really quick. You can find these shirts over there. They're awesome. I mean, I love them. They also have keychains and cups as well. Let's see. Give me 1 second. Let me take the banner away real quick. Better Call Saul than Call Goose. And that is if you're a fan of the TV show Better Call Saul or Breaking Bad, that's, a tie-in and for the Static and Noise stuff. So they will be doing all of our merchandise, the Static and Noise stuff. They'll be doing some Chew Bubblegum merchandise as well. But again, you can find stuff like this that's on the screen over at this address. Be sure to check them out, show them some love, show them some support. We love them back here, and we thank the Lord of them. So I guess that'll do it for this week, right? Be sure to check out tomorrow Scientific Fugacity with our friend Mr. Luke Fugit. Again, be sure to check out Lucy's shop and show her some love. Do you have anything to say before we hit the outro music?
Don't cross streams unless it's with close friends.
Yeah, but I guess that's true. Remember, we all have a voice, and together we can change the world.
Don't suck. Be good people.
systems are offline.
You've been listening to H2Cb Bubblegum 2.0. Be sure to tune in next week.